So breaking news, this just in, but the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, has been arrested in California after drinking while under the influence. Now, it is in poor taste, to be honest. I still think it's in poor taste to talk about the politician's husband or wife. It actually used to be this code of standard, I guess, in the American media that they would leave the spouses of politicians and other public people alone. I mean, it was the first lady, but they wouldn't talk about her unless she was in politics. For example, they would talk about Hillary Clinton because she was in politics, but about Bill Clinton's wife, they would kind of leave her alone. But that ended with Trump. Like with Trump, they constantly talked about his wife. And I guess because they did that for so long, now they broke the Rubicon. So there's a lot of blue check marks upset on Twitter. It's like, oh, why are you talking about what the husband of Nancy Pelosi is doing? Why is he under the spotlight? Why is he considered of public importance? And the answer is not, but like, it is the way the game is played now. It's the new meta, I guess. So don't complain if you haven't complained when they did it to Ivanka. But anyway, what is interesting though, like this actually fascinated me, is the age of Mr. Paul. Because I believe he is 87 years old. My bad, 82. Made him a little bit older than he is. He is 82 years old. Driving under the influence is not usually something you expect from the elderly. It's more of a rebellious teenager phase. It's when people are trying to be edgy. When they feel invincible. That's when they... And then, but with an elderly person, and take into account that in America, you need probable cause in order to pull them over. So my question is like, what was the probable cause? What did he do in order for that police officer to have the twinkle in his eye and stop him? Not to mention, I understand white people have privilege. How did it happen? Was he wearing blackface? Why was he stopped? White people don't get stopped by cops. I've been told by the news, by the media. Yet it happened. Chat, it happened. How did it happen? Did he live his white privilege at home? Probably. There is some privilege, though. Apparently, the bail is $5,000. I mean, we are talking about the Pelosi's, right? Isn't the judge supposed to take into account the family, the pedigree? Because $5,000 for the Pelosi is like 5 cents. You could have just let him out for free at that point. From my understanding, the purpose of bail is to make sure that the person doesn't run away and shows up for court. But in his situation, I mean, it's the Pelosi, right? Just let him out. Don't ask him for money. That's a formality. Just allow him to leave. He's going to show up for court. I mean, let's be honest. It's the Pelosi's. He's going to show up. He's not going to be on the lam. Can you imagine the headline? Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, is now on the lam, running away from the authorities and missed his court trial. What is the punishment for driving while under the influence? Probably a fine, right? It's not jail, is it? But anyway, what I love is the press using the word allegedly. Allegedly, because if it was any other person, if it was your mother, oh, they finally caught the skank. She was drinking, and they found her and blah, blah, blah. But it's allegedly, you bigot. You know, this is something that I found very interesting. The press rarely uses the word allegedly to the point where when they finally use it, I notice. Do this as an experiment. Go through recent articles and try to find the word allegedly. It used to be quite common for the press to use it. Not anymore, because now we have editorials. And opinion pieces, they call them. Opinion pieces, where the journalist knows for certain. He dictates reality. So he doesn't use the word allegedly. But every now and then, like in this situation, you get to see it. Oh my God, he looks so good for an 82-year-old. The speaker will not be commenting on this private matter. Yeah, like, that's my point, you know? Like, it is a private matter. I do agree with the blue check marks on Twitter who are very outraged that this is news. It is a private matter, but, like, come on. Come on, you know, after the great doxing of the libs of TikTok and their family members, now you're putting a line? Let the media do the investigative journalism we heard so much about. Let me know what you guys think, though. I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.